You know, we've all seen AI do some pretty incredible things with language and art, right? But the next big leap is happening right now. It's the moment that artificial intelligence stops just thinking and starts doing. It's when code, literally, gets a body. Today, we're going to explore what it takes for AI to step out of our screens and into our world. Okay, so think about this. An AI can write a beautiful poem, something that feels really human. But can that same AI do something as simple as, say, opening a door? It sounds basic, but that question right there gets to the very heart of the next great challenge for AI, bridging that huge gap between digital smarts and physical intelligence. And that is the new frontier we're diving into. It's not just about making algorithms smarter in the cloud. It's about giving those algorithms a physical form so they can actually interact with the world around us. We're talking about AI getting a body.
So what are we really talking about when we say physical AI? Well, it's the whole field dedicated to giving AI a physical body, one that lets it see the world with sensors, think about what it's seeing, and then actually do something about it. Here's a simple way to think about it. It's the difference between an AI that can describe a cup of coffee to you and one that can actually pick it up and hand it to you. Huge difference, right?
All right, so if you're thinking, this sounds amazing, but where do you even start? That's a great question. To get our bearings, we're using an embodied intelligence guide as our map because it lays out a really clear path for how you'd go about building one of these systems from scratch. The whole journey, this explorer's path, is really broken down into 3 big steps. First, you've got to master the core ideas, the absolute fundamentals. Then you move into the practical labs where you get your hands dirty. And it all leads up to the final stage, building a complete system. So let's break down what that actually looks like. Okay. Let's get into the nitty-gritty. Building a physical AI is all about making that leap from theory into practice. And like any great expedition, it all starts with packing the right toolkit. Every explorer needs a toolkit, right? For physical AI, there are a few essentials. You've got ROS, the robot operating system. This is so critical because it's like a universal translator that lets a camera from one company talk to a robot arm from another. Then there's Gazebo, which is basically a virtual sandbox where you can test your robot 1,000 times without breaking a single thing in the real world. But the real brain of the operation? That's these things called Vision Language Action Models.
So what the heck are these VLA models? It stands for Vision Language Action, and honestly, it's an amazing way to think about it. It's like giving a robot eyes, a brain, and hands. The vision gives it eyes to see the world. The language gives it a brain to understand what we want and what's going on. And the action gives it hands to actually do the task. So if you say, bring me the blue cup, vision sees all the cups, language figures out which one is blue, and action calculates the exact movements to go pick it up. Eyes, brain, hands. That's the magic.
So once you've got these tools in your belt, it's time to get your hands dirty. This is where theory slams into reality. You're writing code, you're running simulations, and you're troubleshooting all the crazy problems that pop up when you try to make software play nice with the messy, unpredictable physical world. All right, after all that learning and practicing, you get to the final boss, the big test, the capstone challenge.
This is it. This is the moment where everything you've learned just clicks into place. It's about putting every single piece of that puzzle together, from the operating system to the vision to the language models, into one system that can look at its environment and actually pull off a complex task all on its own.
And the mission, should you choose to accept it, is simple and direct. Build and deploy a complete physical AI system. It's a huge challenge, for sure, but it's also the true test. It's where you finally turn all that theory into a physical reality you can see and touch. Okay, let's zoom out for a second. We've talked about the how, but what about the why? When you have these skills, what do you actually build with this stuff? Look, learning this isn't just about picking up a cool new tech skill. It's way bigger than that. It's like getting a key to a door that opens up the next wave of technology. AI that can finally get out of our computers and help us in our homes, our jobs, in our actual lives. The thing is, the tools to do this, they're not science fiction anymore. They're becoming more and more available every single day. The line between the digital world and the physical world is getting blurrier. So the real question isn't if AI can interact with our world anymore. The question is, what will you build with it?